over the weekend, it was reported that Department of Homeland Security, which is not doing its job to secure our border, but guess what they've got? A quote, this is the actual name of the program, the Overt Human Intelligence Collection Program. And under the program, officials are allowed to seek interviews with just about anyone in the United States. That includes American citizens. It seems like another attempt. They keep trying and trying. How can they spy on Americans legitimately and constitutionally? So they'll throw in the word voluntary. But I think a lot of times when the government says that, it's like if they knock on your door, if they call you and leave a message, one, I would mostly think these days if I got that call on my voicemail, Logan, I would think it was spam.
I thought it was fake. A fake IRS or a fake FBI. You used to get the ones that would be like, hello, this is the FBI. We're coming to your home. And you always thought, okay, this is just another. But they always would give you a little pit in your stomach. And then you realize, like, I don't think this is how the
every
FBI
time I get
would
a letter from something that looks like the IRS in my mailbox, I'm like, oh, God.
And then you open it up and it's like,
apply for more credit.
Credit card, right, exactly.
What do you think their purpose is here? Is it intimidation and silence of political opponents? Is it just more of the bureaucracy trying to take over running all aspects of the government? So even the elected officials have zero control because they're now spying on all of us under I guess they're calling it, they're gathering domestic intelligence. That means spying. I mean, even what they're calling it, the other words that you would use are spying on Americans. And this is trying to get not electronic surveillance, but to come right to you.
Yeah,
and hey, give us let's just talk.
We'll give you a call. We'll cold call you. Yeah, and you never knows how that
Show
would
up
go.
in your office.
Yeah, and it's not like, again, they're just showing up and just being like, hi, it's great. We'd love to just chat with you. Maybe they are talking like that, but it's at the point where no one feels that way. You don't feel that way when you're being spied on. You don't feel that way when you have any sort of government agency, much less the Department of Homeland Security showing up at your front door or giving you a cold call. Like you said, you're calling a lawyer immediately.
Is this another attempt by DHS and the federal bureaucracy to use their intelligence agencies for political purposes? Because what they don't lay out here is what they're working on. Like, they have an FBI.
The politicization of the U.S. government is not enough. We haven't sufficiently politicized the Department of Justice and the FBI. Ha ha. We have indeed done that.
Unlimited access to seek interviews with just about anyone. I love how it's written. Just about anyone in the whole United States of America. That would include citizens, non-citizens.
These are trampling constitutional rights. That is really wrong. It is really wrong, Jordan, to do this.
I don't know if they go through some, a test like you don't have to talk to us. You could have a right to an attorney. I don't think so because they're not considering putting you under arrest at that moment, right? So, Andy, you can't invoke those rights.
No.
They don't have to tell you about those rights because you're technically not. If you don't want to talk to them, they're not like they don't have you under their control.
No, you're not in detention. You're not under arrest. You are free to go. You don't have to. So therefore, they don't have to give you any rights under Miranda or any other cases the Supreme Court has pronounced with respect to this. They just come up to you and say, I'd like to talk to you about thus and so and whatever. Who are you and what do you want? I think the response that citizens should make, anybody should make, not just a citizen, to something like this is, I'm not interested in talking to you. Go away.
They don't need court orders to show up to interview you because they're saying it's a voluntary process. There's nothing voluntary about the power of the government showing up at your door, telling you to talk to them. I mean, like we've heard from our callers, even people who know I should probably call an attorney will feel in that situation like they're doing that. That will make them look somehow guilty to that interviewer.
Right.
And they're not going to give you your Miranda rights because they're not detaining you.
It's like an extreme case of when you're getting pulled over and you know you've done nothing wrong and you're like still panicking as if you had broken the law.
Like,
that's how it feels.
About?
Right, exactly. That still sort of panic runs through. Now imagine that's the Department of Homeland Security.